gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the RWB Mind Killer 5000. We have a lot of people on the track. I am very attractive. With me, as always, is the man who has orchestrated Schwarmageddon, Michael Magus. And
we're talking about Schwarma right now.
And the 9-time world champion, professional kangaroo tickler, Gearhead.
Kangaroo tickler. Okay, just to be mind, I'm Brazilian, not Australian.
Sorry.
Welcome to the RWB International DTM Meisterschaft, everyone. We're racing out here in the Red Bull Ring, home of the Red Bull F1 racing team, pretty much. But basically, it's a racetrack in Austria. Currently, out here in the qualifying session, joined obviously by Gigantes and Michael Magus. Hey, but thanks for the introduction there too, Gigantes. Pretty funny, pretty entertaining there. Loved it.
I do my best.
All right, so we're coming after the race on Hockenheimring. As you know of the results over there, we've got Tobias Fierolf, who's in the lead of the championship with 120 points. Bertrand Barrier is in second place with 100 points. Rajo is in third place with 90. Then we got Antonio Costa in P4, 80. Max Haas in fifth, 75. Martin Edmond, 72. Josiah Jerome, 69. Marco Badowski, 66. Steve Davidson, 63. And to cap off our top 10, Max Simmons in the 10th position with 60 points. That's our current championship standings for now. And now we're going to go over here on the second race at Red Bull Ring to check up on which driver is going to take the win today. Looks like we're going to have a new player up to challenge the leaders. That's Andreasen.
Henrik Andreasen.
Who?
Henrik Andreasen.
He's a little
Henrik
quick.
Andreasen. All right,
currently
thank you.
sitting in the pit lane.
Yeah, sitting in the pit lane, but he's got the pole position lap right now here, 124.248.
Pretty close, though. Theorolfsson shouting distance of him. I think it's probably a two-horse race in that regard, though. They're a little bit ahead of Costa by about 7/10.
I believe 6/10.
6 and change, yeah. Xavier Eugenie on the screen now. Yeah, Henrik Andreasen's been a longtime rival of Tobias Theorolf over in Tugas, and they've had a number of battles in the series as ESR and Tugas have had, so it'll be nice to see what they can do. I've never seen Henrik drive a DTM car, and, well, this will be eye-opening in that regard.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting since, from what I saw, Andreasen is driving the Mercedes C63, Mercedes AMG C63 DTM. Basically the same ride Xavier Eugenie is driving right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically we got 3 cars that people race here. There's the BMW M4 DTM. No, actually not 3 cars. I think there's 4 around. There's the BMW M4 DTM. There's the Mercedes AMG C63 DTM. There's the Audi RS5 DTM, and there's also the old Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG Coupe DTM.
Yeah, the older version of the DTM cars. Has there really not been a single change in the Audi lineup in all the years that RaceRoom has? That's surprising.
Well, from what I know, DTM of the 2000s had the Audi A4 DTM.
Mm-hmm.
Drove that car quite a lot on Gran Turismo 4.
Well, of course, if we go back far enough, we can also get back to when Opel was in here, as well as Alfa Romeo for a hot second. Ford had a team at one point.
I almost didn't understand the inclusion of Alfa Romeo and even Aston Martin on the DTM. Like, Aston Martin had joined right when Class 1 touring car racing died with their Vantage DTM.
Yeah, that seemed like a bit of a pointless move. I mean, I get it. I guess there's Aston Martin and Mercedes have a fairly close relationship. So, there's some German DNA in the Aston Martin, I guess. But, yeah, it was a little bit of an odd inclusion. Opel always made a lot of sense. Trying to think of, I guess Porsche would have never really made any sense for DTM. With their whole market, because they're more sports cars, not really looking at the mass consumption. Yeah.
Porsche is more focused on Grand Touring racing instead of touring car racing. Though, if you were to ask me, DTM is a lot faster than touring car and GT racing. Oh, all right, here's
back in the day, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's okay. So qualifying has finished here. Hendrik Andresen is on pole position with a time of 1:24.248. Tobias Vierhoff is going to be in second place, right behind him, with a time of 1:24.399. Antonio Costa will be right behind him, 1:24.903. Radek Shula, I believe that's his name, Radek Shula. He's going to be in fourth place. Yeah, he's going to be in fourth place with 1:25.058. And we got Martin Edmonds, 1:25.084. Bertrand Barrier, Rigel, Dave Crew, Haas, Andrew D. Because I can't really say the times really well because there's a lot of drivers here. I'm so happy to see that there are a lot of drivers on this race because most of the races that I transmitted in the past, they didn't have a lot of this number of drivers. And it's really great to see this stacked field over here. Like, there are 33 drivers over here in this race, and anything can happen quite a lot with a lot of them here.
I think we had, what was it? Was 32 for the first round at Hockenheim, I think?
I think it was 33 too.
Okay.
Those two drivers, Andrew D and the other one, they're using the older generation C63, from what I can see there. Still looks pretty cool even today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very similar car to the one that replaced it, of course. There's a fairly close performance dynamic between all three cars. There is a little favoritism all around.
Yeah. Though, if I have to say, I like that Aeronix Aeronix livery on the AMG
the Gary Paffett livery. Yes, that's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, I love that one.
I don't think anyone is actually using my favorite. Robert Wickens, back in, I think it's the 2016 Mercedes car, has a very dark green, almost military green liveried car that I really enjoy. And I don't think anyone is running, which is unfortunate.
Robert Wickens, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've heard that name before. I believe. I think it was on IndyCar Racing.
Yeah, he went from DTM to IndyCar. Of course, had a terrible accident.
Yeah, that's the one I remember the most. Yeah, that's the one I remember the most. Saw Robert Wickens and another driver just collided with each other, taking a corner, and then just went flying up on the wall.
Scary moment is all heck.
Yeah, high speed open wheel racing tends to be quite dangerous, especially when you suffer so many G's.
Just a little bit.
All right, so drivers are lining up here for the start of the race here. Red Bull Ring Spielberg GP circuit. Basically, it's the circuit that Formula One uses. Red Bull Ring also has two other circuits, which is the South Circuit, which follows along the southern side of the racetrack, which starts right over here. And then there's the North Circuit, which is more of a club circuit, I believe. The South Circuit is more of a national circuit.
Yeah, I believe that's the distinction between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, formerly known as the A1.
All right, all drivers are lined up now. We've got all 5 lights right up. Ready?
Prepare for carnage.
Go!
Oh.
Heading up to one of the more dangerous first turns. Here.
Yeah, we're going up for the first turn here. Vierhoff has already overtaken Andresen over on the first corner. There goes Antonio Costa, Edmonds, Rigel, Barrier. Everyone's trying to get really smoothly going up out there on the first corner already of Red Bull Ring. I almost called it A1 Ring since that was the name of the past.
Mm-hmm.
We're going, that's the second corner right now we're coming up with. Now on the third corner, there's Nigel Wood over there at the back. Nigel Wood, I believe, is the one using the Aeronix livery. Lots of drivers going really close, trying to avoid contact. Oh, there's contact over there with Andrew D. And that's Marco Badowski, I believe. Lots of drivers trying to be careful, but some contact is a bit inevitable. Robin is racing and all that, but they still got to be careful to try not throw each other out of the racetrack. That's John Barker overtaking Nigel Wood. Nice tracing after Andrew D, but Nigel Wood's not giving up. Yeah, Nigel Wood's the one using the Aeronix scheme. There we go. That's Max Simmons. Also racing with John Barker. Rana AMS trying to get up on the back, trying to get an advantage over here. They're up on the second sector now. Oh, was that a little bob over there by John Barker?
It was a little snap oversteer, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Everyone really clean over there. Going up on the last quarter of the first lap. We had a little bit of contact, but all drivers are still up and racing. Nothing much of a major incident happening up until this first lap now.
No one's fallen back. There's less than a second between all the cars on the field right now. except for one. There is a slight gap between 9th and 10th place. That's about it.
We have a special request
yes.
from Big Dick Scott Nick and Chad. He would like somebody to be put in the wall.
Oh, there's some opportunities here for that.
All right, that's a funny one.
Classic battle here. ESR battle. Rick Martel, James Butler.
Yeah, and as you can see, the DRS menu is popping up because these cars have the DRS system, much like in Formula One race cars.
I think actually DTM is the original pioneer of the DRS system, if I recall correctly.
Oh, really?
I can't think of who it would be. They had it before Formula One for sure, and I can't think of anyone else who did it before them. So I think DRS is essentially a DTM construct.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we've got to see here Andreas Wolf trying to keep up with John Barker using the DRS, but it wasn't enough to overtake him yet. That's Steve Davison using the normal AMG livery for the AMG C63 as he's battling with Rene Im and Marko Badowski over there.
Got the Red Bull livery for Rene, and actually a Red Bull livery also for Badowski. I think it's literally the same one. I think they're both Mateus Ekstrom cosplayers.
Basically pseudo teammates, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and oh, look at that. Steve Davidson's using Paul di Resta's AMG C63. From what we can see here in the interior.
But yeah, I think there's a couple of people who've had this livery, but yeah, that wouldn't be Paul di Resta one. There's a couple of liveries that have changed hands in DTM, of course, a couple of times, and you have different drivers in it, but there are also ones that are just absolutely synonymous. Like the number 53 car that is the Jamie Green livery in the orange.
Yeah, meanwhile, here we got Raijo using the DRS to try and get away from Radek Shula and all the other drivers. Tried to get a run off into turn 3. That Trump barrier manages to overtake everyone on the inside, and he's up to 5th place.
Bertrand will do that.
He will do that. He's an aggressive driver who will push the limits of track limits and grip and common sense at times.
Oh, looks like we have a contact here between Jake Wilson and Marco. Jake Wilson's using the BWT Mercedes. I remember. Do you guys know BWT?
Of course.
Yeah, they're so iconic for their pink liveries. I really love it.
Pink Panthers, baby.
Yeah, Pink Panthers. They've been racing a lot in Grand Touring here in DTM and also in Formula One when they were with Force India in Racing Point, which is now Aston Martin. Whoa, that was a bit of a contact there.
They still can appear on the Alpines as well, but they're not the primary sponsor.
Yeah. The Alpines need to maintain their blue color.
Yeah.
That's Raijo over there chasing after Bertrand Barrier and that's Edmonds. Edmonds.
Is that Edmonds?
Yeah, I think it is. It's
not Edmonds.
No, that's Barrier at the front. Barrier is in the Deutsche Post car, so that's Barrier at the front of this pack. Edmonds is quite a ways is up the road. So it's Rigel in the middle and Max Haas at the back.
Yeah, I can see him up in a rear view mirror. There's also the white BMW M4 of Shula. Yeah, Radek Shula right over there. He's going up on the outside of turn 3.
Riding the 100th anniversary livery for BMW.
Yeah, that's basically the main livery for BMW. It's either white or black, but it will always have the red and blue parts, which are basically synonymous with the brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would just mean the number 100 on the windshield there. That was adopted by Martin Tomczyk for the 100th anniversary of BMW.
Oh, is that Marko Badowski? He's dropping a lot on the front there.
Looks like it is.
Yeah, he's on 32nd place right now. Did something happen to him?
I can get you the camera on him, and it looks like whatever has happened to him, he has rectified the situation.
I believe he temporarily ran out of cocaine.
He's got Mad Al on his tail, and I think we've lost Ross Hayden from the race. No, he's still running.
Yeah, he's still running. He's just pretty far. Let's get back to the front because we probably have a lot of battles going on. Looks like Fierolf is very short from Andresen. Right up there as a battle for the lead.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah, that's Fierolf and Hendrik Andresen is right up in front of him.
Martin Edmonds is going for 3rd place against Antonio Costa.
There we go. Martin Edmonds on the outside. Actually, on the inside of turn 2. Oh, no. He made a mistake. He's made a mistake on the outside of turn 3. And now Antonio Costa is going to get back to 3rd place now.
Antonio back in there. A lot of close battles going on. Dave Crew, Max Haas. Really everything from about 6th place to 10th place is separated by like very, very little.
Yeah, this is what. Yeah, this is what I like about having a lot of drivers on a. This is what I like about having a lot of drivers on these kinds of championships, because we can see a lot of battles up and down the field, so that we can keep our viewers pretty much entertained all the way through the race.
Martin's going to put a hustle on before his tires turn into pudding.
Yeah, we got to remember that the rules of the DTM championship over here set up. Actually, the tire wear is up in normal. It's the fuel usage that's up ×2.
Dave Crew looking like he wants to make a move here on Max Haas.
That's a lot of drivers over there.
He's taking a look at just about every corner about giving a little bit. Am I going to go there?
Yeah, he's using the DRS here, but Max Haas also using the DRS. That's lap 6.
Yeah, we got a full-on DRS train here, so it's going to be hard to establish advantage with the DRS just because the guy you're trying to get past is going to have the DRS from the guy in front of him. So really, the person at the front is the only one that's really disadvantaged by this whole thing.
So they all hit the DRS at the same time. They go 5 wide around the corner, and they all crash.
That's John Barker fighting with Laissez-Passer.
Yeah, he's overtaking him. And Max Simmons going the outside. Nigel Wood's going to overtake him in the 12th place.
Simmons tried to close the door, and it did not work out for him. It was a little bit door banging.
Now Andrew D is up there in the battle with René M. Max Simmons going to try again on the outside of Nigel Wood. They're going on turn 4. Oh, dear.
Rigel versus Barrier here for 5th place. Looks like Rigel just got that spot, actually. Last I checked, I thought Barrier was ahead.
Yeah, Rigel must have already overtaken Barrier. Man, I'm not good with speaking names that come from other countries, like French, German, stuff like that. This is Clive Britton having a battle with James Butler. Meanwhile, Baca and Passer are 20 positions behind him. And I need to use the track. I need to use the track map over here. Basically, because I need to. Oh, oops.
Oh no!
Something's happened.
Yeah. I've had this happen before too. I think it was when I tried to. I think it was when I tried to like check up the other menus of the. I think it's when I tried to check up the other menus of the. Of the menu. Sorry. Sorry. It's just that I can't really find the correct word.
What is our fix here?
Yeah, I believe Nate Newcomer can fix this up, or Charger maybe.
This is where we would like to play ABBA's SOS on repeat.
Yeah, but basically this has happened before. This has happened before when I tried to use the cameras and stuff. So it's not exactly anything new.
Okay, well, hopefully we get some assistance, and I still have the gaps here, so I can tell you what's going on. Roughly, there's still a lot of good battles going on. Looks like we did lose Ricardo Costa at some point. He is grayed out, which either means that he's in the pit lane or he's just, well, it means he's in the pit lane. It's just whether he's going for an early pit stop or he's out of the race. I don't know which. We'll figure it out.
I sometimes wonder if Antonio and Ricardo Costa are siblings. Because they have the same surname.
Actually, they're both.
Well, Costa is a very, 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 very common name. So, I mean, maybe, possibly.
I believe they're actually both Paulo Costa. Just
they are from different. They are from the same country, so I guess it's possible, and they're both members of Tugas, so there is possibilities. But, it's not exactly like a. It's not exactly like a majorly odd name. Oh, looks like somebody's trying to help us out here.
Yeah, I saw it too. It's a little. It's still a black screen here, so gotta wait up for a bit.
Mm-hmm. The hazards of live commentary, the technical things breaking down.
Yeah, the hazards of live commentary. Yeah, it's understandable.
That harassment from Scott Nick in chat. I'm just gonna have to ban him. He's clearly a horrible influence, and I will find him. I will.
Scott Nick is a lovely, lovely individual. Why you gonna be mean to him about that?
He tried to eat my kneecaps one Sunday, and I never told anybody. But now I just have to make it public knowledge. He may or may not be a cannibal.
Why would somebody want to eat your kneecaps?
I never questioned it. I just had to use a pool noodle to get him to stay back. He's got this weird phobia about foam.
Phobia about foam?
I choose not to question that either. I'm not judgmental.
Okay.
We here at Live Commentary would like to sing the hits of Danny Brown.
Oh, it looks like we have action here.
Dun dun dun.
Well, it's only okay. Looks like it's loading.
Yep, RaceRoom coming back up.
Yeah.
Actual cannibal, Scott Nick.
And we will return. We will return to the commentary short.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been vaguely paying attention for minutes.
You know what it could be? I'm looking at the track, the packs there, the classes on the server. It could be that the livery of Robert Wickens I really like is not legal for this series. So apologies to the drivers, and shot fired at the admin. I want my dark green livery.
Hang on, Robert Wickens' livery is illegal?
Because I don't see the 2013 pack on the server. Probably because I think the 2013 cars are just like, oh, okay, red screen again. This could be a problem.
Hey, never mind. We're back up.
We're back.
Oh, but this time we can't see the cars.
Yeah, they'll pop
Mysterious.
up. This usually happens when RaceRoom has to get rebooted. There we are. It's rendering all the cars.
There we go. So that's Tobias Firov, right?
That is indeed. Let's check in on Ricardo Cossix. We noticed that he was in the pit lane. And, well, he might be running, but we don't have a car to look at to see if it's out of the race or just serving a pit stop.
Yeah, if the car is like diagonally parked on the pit lane, it's probably because it's out of the race. But if it's like parked normally, then it's because he's having a pit stop.
Tobias Thierolf on the tail here.
Yeah, he's right on the tail of Henrik Andresen, sorry.
I will say Costa and Raul Valori are both down like 9 laps, so I even if they're not out of the race, they're out of the race.
I see. Well, Firov's gonna have to do some working on it if he wants to keep up with Henrik Andresen.
Oh, pit window.
Yeah, pit window's open, so that means that they're gonna have all of the pit window open to try and get a pit stop, because what the pit stop is mandatory after all here in this series.
Look at a lot of close battles going on here. You got the battle for the lead, which I've got the camera on right now. There's a battle going on for 3rd place right now. There's a battle going on for 6th or 7th, 8th place. Pardon me, I can count. I swear. Part of my job. And there's a couple other ones. There's a couple of guys who are a little bit on their own right now. RWB Koss, Mauricio Delgado, Ross Hayden, but it's still pretty close.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the battle for 3rd place. Antonio Costa on Martin Edmonds' tail.
Yeah, Martin Edmonds with the RS5. Antonio Costa is using the BMW M4 over there, gray one. Number 13, number 57, but pretty much all battles going on around over here. That's turn 1. Antonio Costa using the DRS over here to keep up with Edmonds.
I want to say that number 13 car is actually driven by... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I was going to say something wrong. And... Oh, wait. No, it might be right. Hang on. I'm going to look it up.
You are wrong. There's no way that Jeremy Horn could have beat up all those guys.
But he did.
Incorrect. Well, yeah, you probably.
He definitely did. What I'm about to suggest is yeah, it is. So Antonio Costa is driving the livery driven by Antonio Felix da Costa in DTM. So there you go.
I see. All right, that's a nice what's the word again? That's a nice coincidence, I think.
Well, I think coincidence was implied. He's not intentionally doing it. I think it's intentional. Yeah, the number 13 car for the BMW Team Schnitzer team for 2015 and 16 was driven by Antonio Felix da Costa and being driven by Antonio Costa here today.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're on lap 13. Costa's still chasing after Martin Edmonds. He's doing everything he can with the DRS and getting behind Martin's draft, just so he can try and keep up. Oh, looks like he's gonna get close now.
Also, good battle.
Having a little battle on turn 3.
Shula and Dave Crew. Max Simmons also very close. John Barker very close. There's a lot of action going on here. I have no shortage of blinking red lights on the auto director. Just put it that way. We'll try to get a little bit of all of them.
Yeah, though we kind of messed up the battle between Edmonds and Costa. They were in 3 positions on turn 3 over there. Lots of other drivers.
Just checking on Steve Davidson, Steve Davidson, who I think made a mistake because he dropped back a battle ahead of him, like quite a bit. But it looks like he's okay.
Meanwhile, Simmons overtook Nigel Wood, but Nigel Wood's not giving up. He's up on the inside. That's approaching turn 6. That's turn 5. Yeah, it is approaching turn 6.
On the inside, Simmons.
Simmons trying to go on the inside to try and maintain his position. Nigel Wood still battling him over.
I think Nigel might have backed out of that, or he got a little bit of a snap of oversteer there. He kind of gave up on that corner.
Yeah, but he's still being close. He's going up on the outside now.
Oh, yeah. He's not done yet.
That's on turn 9. Trying to make an overtake on the outside. Turn 10 now. Meanwhile, Davidson's already near them. He's right up behind Nigel Wood now.
Oh, 3
trying
wide.
to look on the inside.
3 wide.
Almost 3 wide. Going into turn 1. Wood was trying to look on the outside. Wood was trying to look on the outside of Max Simmons.
Also getting Josiah Jerome and Dirk Reschel catching up to them as well.
Ah.
5-way fight.
Yeah, Nigel Wood going up at the outside on turn 3, but Simmons has the advantage here.
Got a little bit of a snap of lack of traction, though. He's in trouble.
Yeah, but Nigel Wood has the DRS over here, so he has a chance. They're going up on turn 4.
He's got it. He's got it.
Yeah, Nigel Wood's up on the inside. He's managed to take 13th place from Max Simmons. And now Steve Davidson is going to see if he can try to attack him up.
Yeah, Wood needs to break that DRS activation zone if he wants to stay in the front of this group.
And it can shoot. Charger. Yeah, Davidson's looking on the inside over here. That's turn 9.
I think he's got it.
He's going up on the inside. Yep, he's got it. He's on 14th position now. Max Simmons dropped down to 15th. And now Jerome and Gretschel are going to see if they can try to keep up with him.
Or Simmons will have the DRS now.
Well, it looked like Davidson was using the DRS instead.
Oh, no, but I mean, like, Simmons didn't have the DRS that lap because he didn't have anyone to activate the DRS with. So...
Oh, okay.
That's why he got kind of, like, left in the dust by Wood. Is Wood was able to be like, I have DRS. You don't. Bye.
Yeah, and now Jerome has overtaken Max Simmons here.
Battle of 2 of the youngsters. Probably the 2 youngest drivers on in the field.
Oh, I see. Gretschel tried to see if he could overtake him, but Simmons managed to pull away. Now he's looking on the outside of Josiah Jerome. But Jerome having the inside is definitely an advantage.
Yeah, I don't think you can really go around the outside of that corner terribly effectively. I think that was wishful thinking on Max's part.
Right. The younger you are, the more you're willing to take risks.
That's true. Although Max has lately been like pretty good about not taking extreme risks. So I don't think we have to worry about that. But he is a guy who maybe doesn't plan his overtakes ahead, like 3 turns in advance. It's kind of, I see a gap, I kind of go for a gap, and it's nothing too crazy, but it definitely will see him go for some moves that are just not really on. And I think that was the case there.
Meanwhile, up there, seems we got a little battle going on between Antonio Costa and Edmonds.
Yeah, Edmonds has lost out to Costa again. They've gone back and forth a couple of times, so I don't think. In fact, I think like the irony here, of course, is that the lead car isn't going to have DRS of this bunch. If I recall the dynamic.
Oh, there's someone losing it at the back. That was a red car, probably an Audi. No, that's not him. He lost it at. There we go. That's Mauricio Delgado. He looked like he lost it a bit. He looked like he was losing his rear a bit there at the back while we were looking at Costa and Edmonds.
Also, I think we've lost Marco Badowski from the race. Yes, we have.
There we go. There we go. If he sparked like that, it means he's out of the race.
Mm-hmm. So we've lost Badowski and we've lost Ricardo Costa. Raul Valoria spent a long time in the pits, but has rejoined the flow of things. So he is not giving up.
Yep. The pit window has already opened for quite some time now, but the drivers are still not taking it.
Yeah, the only person we've seen in the pit so far is Valoria, who pitted before the pit window opened up, of course. So everybody does have to make that pit stop.
Are you telling me Max Simmons hasn't pitted yet?
Max Simmons will not. My prediction is Max Simmons will be the last guy to pit. That is his trademark, and no one can take that away from him without paying a fine.
Oh, right. Speaking of the pit window, from what I noticed, like from many of the races that I've seen, when a race like this is like 1 hour or stuff like that, they tend to make the pit stops right at the middle of the race, like around 30 minutes or so. And basically, we're getting close to 30 minutes. We've got less than 36 minutes to go on the race. So they're probably going to make their pit stops closer to 30 minutes in.
I'd say we're probably looking at about 30 minutes left to 25 minutes left. Usually is where you'll get the mad rush of pit stops. And then there will be a couple of people who are always going to go long. Max Simmons. And I'm not aware of anyone who's particularly prone to the undercut strategy. So I don't expect to see anything for the next, probably like a good 3 minutes.
Oh, looks like you got a subscriber.
We do.
We got a subscriber to the channel. Yeah, come up. I can't see his name. The quality is a bit low on my end of the transmission. Premium quality is low, I mean. But thank you for subscribing. Welcome to RWB International. We're here racing with the RWB DTM Meisterschaft Championship with 35 minutes to go. Yeah, 35 minutes. We're still going to have a lot of battles going up over here.
Which battle for 23rd place between Mad Al and Jake Wilson. We've not checked in on this in a while, so I figured let's get him some time on the camera.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good to see some battles for position that are happening way back, unlike the battles up at the front, because battles up at the front can get pretty boring from time to time, especially if the guy at the front is pulling away way too much, which is what Fierolf did on the first race at Hockenheimring.
Tobias will do that. He will pull the world's greatest disappearing act a lot of the time. Exceptionally fast driver, very, very clean driver, minimal, if any, mistakes, and that's really all I can say on that topic. The man is a racing god.
Yeah, but at this moment, it looks like he's having a little challenge because he's still fighting with Hendrik Andersen up for first place.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was really happy to see Henrik sign up for this series because he can take the fight to Tobias in a way that, on a consistent level, that we really haven't seen anybody else in the ESR or Tugas communities be able to do.
That's nice to know. Still fighting here with Matt Al and Jake Wilson. Matt Al is doing really well to pull away over here from Jake Wilson. Both of them are using AMG C63 DTMs. Up there, we've got Dirk Retschow, Max Simmons. Gretschel's still trying to find a way through Max Simmons after Max Simmons lost all of these positions.
These 5 cars are just absolutely married together. They've not left each other's company for like really the entire race almost. Wood, Davidson, Jerome, Simmons, and Gretschel.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and it's good to see the Aronix car is the one that's leading this little train over here.
I mean, speak for yourself. That's the car at the back there, driven by Dirk Gretschel, is the BMW Bank car, driven by Canadian driver Bruno Spengler in real life. So I'm cheering.
Yeah, Bruno Spengler. I think I've heard that name before too.
DTM champion in 2012, if memory serves. It was the first year BMW was back in DTM. He won the championship. BMW.
Yeah,
BMW,
I kind of wonder why did BMW never join? I kind of wonder why did BMW leave DTM for a while before coming back. Like I didn't know.
I think it corresponded with a lot of their investment into Formula One, and I think in a nutshell, it was the racing division BMW not having the funds to, well, probably having the funds to do both. The board of directors probably not approving those funds to do both.
Yikes. The Charger here with a message. Can you drop a mention to Race Day Watch at some point?
Ah, yes, Race Day Watch. We did a live event with them a little while ago. They're, Scott Nick is the man to ask questions about there. They're an up-and-coming service and community within the sim racing abilities, which we also have a 3-wide going on
sorry,
here.
I'm gonna have to stop you there. I just saw a car going off. I just saw the car up there at the front go out of the track. That's the car number 17. That's Delgado again, isn't it?
Well, it could be. It's either Mauricio or Raul Valoria, who both appear to be having rough days. So
Big contact at turn 3.
Josiah's off.
Oh boy.
Oh dear Christ! That was a big impact. Jerome just spun out over there.
He's now at the back of this pile, although he's got it facing the right direction. Is going right back on the attack against Dirk Gretschel. Look, got Max Simmons in there as well.
Oh wait, Jerome is over there. Oh, so that was another number 17 that spun out.
There's either Delgado or Valoria. There are 3 people with that livery.
Oh yeah, I saw again. I think I saw again. I don't know if that was I focused so much on the things that happened on a lot of the sides of the track that I almost couldn't tell if it was a banner or if it was a car that spun out on the inside of that part of the track.
Rene Ermer trying to hunt down Magic Kazchuk for 11th place. These 2 guys are okay. So Magic is from ESR. Rene is more associated with the Tugas. You can see that in their team names there. And they have formed a heck of a little bit of a rivalry just because of similar pace, finding each other in the races, and also both representing Red Bull. So, you know, Red Bull on Red Bull violence here for 11th place.
Well, I'm glad Magic managed to help me be able to know how to spell his name out. Magic Kazchuk.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, but I'm really thankful for him having helped me over there. He's being chased by Rene Ermer over here. Oh, Jesus, that was so close.
Very close there. Oof.
Yeah, nearly some contact there. There are 2 Red Bulls, but Magic is driving a BMW while Ren is driving an Audi. Yeah, literally this modern era of DTM was just literally the 3 biggest brands of German automotive manufacturing.
We have both Tobias Thierolf and Henrik Andreasen in the pit lane, hitting on the same lap. You can see the Andreasen in the background there. A couple other cars coming in. Both the Deutsche Bank cars coming in.
Yeah, I think I see it over there. Number 3 AMG C63.
That's the one.
Thierolf over here with the number 10 Audi.
Got a couple others in. Xavier Eugeni's in the pit lane. Bertrand Barrier in the pit lane. Radek Chula in the pit lane.
Yeah, like I thought everyone was pitting right at the exact moment the 30 minute thing marked.
So Thierolf, Thierolf gets out well clear of Andreasen. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's some good work from the Thierolf's pit crew to get him out and into the flow of things as he rejoins in behind. Not sure who that would be. That would be either Valoria or Delgado. It's a blue flag car. Either way, because the car ahead of him is Nigel Wood, which is the Eurotronics. So that has handed the lead to Antonio Costa, and he's in the pits. Costa in, Edmonds in. So not a lot of diversity in the battles going on here. A lot of.
By the way, is that car just stopped?
Is somebody stopped in the pit lane? Yeah.
Maybe a bit of an issue. Well, at least they managed to drive out now.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was. It wasn't a terribly colorful livery. I couldn't identify who it might have been.
You know your strategy's crap when you pull out of the pit into the pit lane and then you're already out of gas.
Well,
so Max Haas still out. He is now your effective race leader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least we can be thankful. At least we can be thankful that when you're on the pit lane here in RaceRoom, there's no contact, pretty much.
Indeed.
Boring.
Indeed.
Want somebody to just skid into the pit lane, park sideways, and stay there.
Wait a minute. Byron, we have seen something that I didn't think we'd ever see. Max Simmons has pitted early, sir.
What?
He has already served his mandatory pit stop. What is this?
God.
What is this witchcraft?
Hey, why? that was unexpected. Max Simmons did early.
Well, not like super early or anything, but like he's already pitted, and there are cars that haven't pitted. That's insane.
Oh yeah, I remember now because you said that Max Simmons is generally the one that pits last.
Absolute last.
So seeing him pit right now with a confirmed pit stop is a little bit weird. Maybe he has a different strategy right now.
It is a bit weird. I think no, never mind. He rejoined. I just saw a car grayed out there for a second. I was like, maybe we have retirement. No, he's exiting the pits. He's fine. So Max, race leader is in, Max Haas.
Yeah, which means Fierolf's gonna get back to the race lead, and Andressen is gonna be behind him, though a lot behind him, I think.
Indeed, it might have been Andreasen actually who screwed up and was sideways in the pit lane. It looked kind of like the Paul di Resta car. It might have been. And
Paul di Resta, the international terrorist,
and he has gone from being like a second. He's gone from being ahead of Theorolf to being 9 seconds behind him, which is drastic.
Yeah, which means Fierolf did a perfect pit strategy over there with his pit crew, and basically is now just home free, just like he was in Hockenheimring.
So Haas was in the pits. Who do we not? Hayden's not pitted yet. Valoria's. Valoria has pitted, but outside of the pit window. RWB Audi. Those are our 3 guys.
Audi has already exited the pits. I saw his finger turn green.
Okay, there we go. All right, so it's just Valoria and Hayden then.
Yeah. Also, Badowski and Costa are not going to be able to pit because they're out of the race, obviously.
Indeed. Nigel Wood on the tail of Max Simmons. So Simmons has gotten ahead of Wood in the pit stop.
Yeah, which means that Nigel Wood's going to have to battle him again to try and retake the position.
Mm-hmm. In fact, although probably the big loser in the pit stops there, Magic Kaschuk is now behind these guys. He was well ahead of them before and is now back in 14th place instead of 11th. So he lost out rather large, and now he's involved in this 5-way fight that we've been watching a lot of, and that's not good for him.
There's Davidson behind him, Gresho too. Here's Nigel Wood going up on the inside of Max Simmons in turn 3. Not good. Max Simmons closed the door on him. This time Max Simmons managed to close the door on Nigel Wood so he could prevent him from overtaking.
We've lost James Butler from the race.
Yep, there we go. Nigel Wood still trying. Oh dear! That's a BMW. That's a BMW that stopped there.
That's Shula, Radek Shula falling through the field.
Oh dear God! Oh dear! Everyone just dropping down.
Radek got bumped.
A little bit.
Yeah, sometimes I wish RWB could have like a replay function, because that would definitely help us quite a lot in understanding what happened with some of the drivers.
I think he must have just made a mistake because I was looking at where he was in terms of gaps. He wasn't near anybody in a racing situation, so unless he had contact with a blue flag car, I think that was just probably a mistake. Maybe a little bit too much curb.
Right. Either that or he left DRS open a lot.
That too open.
That's against the rules. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. If you leave the DRS open and you try to turn, the back end is not happy with you. And
that's a lot of oversteer.
That could also have been the problem there. Although that is not a section of the track that I would think he would be using DRS. So I just suspect he maybe got a little bit too much of the little bit. Probably the most simple explanation.
Okay. Meanwhile, Cash Chuck looks like he's keeping up with Nigel Wood.
Well, I mean, he was in front of them before the pit stop, so I would expect Kazchuk is probably the danger man here. He's the guy who seems a little bit out of place, like that he was ahead of these guys earlier on, and now is behind them. So I would say that he's the guy most likely to attack the back of Nigel Wood.
You're saying that they are in a zone of danger?
Yes, I am.
I wait for the danger zone.
Just checking in if there's any other battles going on. It's really just this one here, this group of like 7 cars that's like pretty close together. There's still a lot of closive. There's a lot of stuff that can develop, but there's not anything particularly imminent elsewhere in the field right now. So, smile, Max and Nigel. You're on camera and probably will be for a little bit.
Everyone's gonna like that quite a lot. Nigel Wood trying to look on the outside over here. Max Simmons closes the door on him. Kashchuk is right up on his tail now. I would say Kashchuk is right on his gearbox, but that's applicable to DTM cars. That's more applicable to open wheel race cars.
Indeed. It's not quite the same car dynamics. Who is that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Who is that they're coming up on to? Might be RWB Costs who's getting out of the way there.
Yeah. If you got out of the way, then it's a blue flag car.
Oh no, it was definitely a blue flag car because I was just trying to figure out which one it might be. And the only person who fits the bill would be RWB Costs. So thank you, Mr. Costs, for evacuating yourself from this fight.
Okay. Nigel Wood still trying to look for a way around Max Simmons over there. Kashchuk still trying to keep up. Davidson and Gretschel over there at the back. Except for these guys, everyone's pretty much evenly spread out. And Bierolf has already pulled off away from Andres and is now just making his disappearing act yet again.
Checking in on Antonio Costa, who's been closing in on Martin Edmonds for the last,
He's going up on the inside on turn 3 right now. Antonio Costa is going to overtake him. Martin Edmonds has been overtaken by Antonio Costa, and he's now on the podium.
We have all 3 brands on the podium once again.
All 3 what?
Brands.
All 3. Right. BMW, Audi. Mercedes, and Audi. Yeah. Martin Edmonds doesn't look like he wants to give up, though. He's going to try and chase Antonio Costa.
Chance of a multi-Audi podium, pretty high. They got 3 cars in the top 5.
Yeah, pretty much. Six, turn 7, turn 8.
Back up with Kashchuk, who's right on Nigel Wood's tail and right on Max Simmons' tail.
Yeah, right up on the rear bumper, pretty much.
Also, Davidson and Greshel are closing in on them pretty quickly as well. Josiah Jerome doesn't seem to be able to keep with them anymore. He's falling a little bit back. Still in the shot there. You can see him in the background, but he's about 3+ seconds behind that car now.
Yeah. Also, it looks like you guys know a lot of these drivers a lot more. Understandable, since I'm not exactly experienced with this. James Butler here message. I've deleted myself from the series, so if someone wants to take my spot in the BMW, they're more than welcome. Oof. So James Butler is out of the series.
Oh, Nigel Wood going down the inside.
Oh yeah, Nigel Wood's on the inside of Max Simmons on turn 9.
It opened the door.
That was a little contact over there. Now Kashchuk's gonna try and look, but Max Simmons is gonna put the door.
Go for it. Kashchuk thought better of it, which probably was the right call. But
yeah, he hesitated. But Nigel Wood is now on 11th place, and now Davidson's trying to get close to them. Well, what I was saying was that basically you guys know these racers better than I do. Obviously, since I'm still very new up here. I've seen a few nice drivers up on the championships. I've commentated.
Simmons going for it again.
Simmons on the outside, but Kashchuk is already. Oh dear, that was nearly a touch on the back of Nigel Wood. Oh,
Davidson really pulling in close as well now.
Yeah, Simmons has managed to overtake Nigel Wood, I think. Yeah, he's up there. He's reclaimed his position now.
Yeah, I thought he would get it. He just had too much overlap there, I think, for Wood to fight it. But Wood did a good job. Like, he made that a lot harder than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, Max Simmons not giving up here on this fight. He's not gonna let Nigel Wood take the advantage for too long. And Cash Chuck is already getting close to the two of them, with Davidson following right behind him. Whoa! That was a nice save over there by Magic.
Nice save.
Yeah, nice save over there.
Davidson's on the attack.
Yeah, now Davidson's gonna have a chance. He's looking up on the outside of turn 9. Going up on turn 10. Kashuk managed to avoid getting attacked by Steve Davidson.
You get him, Steve Dave. You guys just watch. Mauricio Delgado's going to come from behind, win the whole thing.
That's your call? That's your prediction?
Yep. Go, Mauricio.
My prediction is Sphere Wolf, really. He's just pulled away now.
I'm wondering
if sandbagging.
I'm wondering if Raul Valoria realizes he has to pit again. Because, you know, he did pit before the pit window opened. I wonder if he's aware that he needs to pit because he still hasn't done it. And I can't really think of a reason as to why he hasn't been in the pits.
Yeah, that's got to be a problem over there. Is that Kashuk going on the outside of Nigel Wood?
That is Kazchuk on the attack.
Whoa!
Out
of turn 4, right on the outside, nearly overtook Nigel Wood. Nigel Wood manages to defend his position.
Mm-hmm. This is all playing into the hands of Max Simmons, who's finally got a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, he's got some breathing room. He's pulling away from Nigel Wood here. Kashuk is still trying to fight up with Nigel Wood. Steve Davidson still right behind him. That's Kashuk coming up close again. That's gonna be turn 9 over there. Still not looking up away.
I think he needs to save it for turn 2. That's the spot where I've noticed that Wood's been getting a little bit wide and a little bit capitalizable on. That's where I think Kazchuk has the chance.
Turn 2, which comes right before turn 3. Is he gonna try it on turn 1 instead?
He's trying to 1.
He's going up on the inside.
He got it.
Kashuk's overtaking him. Also, that was Valoria literally coming out of the
pits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knew he needed to make a pit stop.
Yeah, so he knew. He probably heard us. Nigel Wood's got it stuck up the inside of turn 2 and tried to get back. But that's turn 3. Kashuk has the advantage here. But Nigel Wood's gonna tell him to take it on the outside.
He got it. I was gonna say I didn't think he could get it around the outside, but he did.
Nigel Wood, incredible overtake from the outside. That was an incredible driving.
Right, so it's Wood back to 12th place again, back to the status quo.
Yeah, but Max Simmons is already way too far right now. A bit too far, actually.
Check in on the battle for the podium. Antonio Costa defending against Martin Edmonds.
Yeah, Antonio Costa's still up ahead of him. Martin Edmonds going to look on the outside of turn 2 over here. Heading up to turn 3, he has the advantage.
Although we did see a lot of drive off the corner just from Nigel Wood just a lap ago. And it looks like there's a lot of drive on that outside line, actually. Because we've seen a couple of moves up the inside fail there, and normally I don't want to say it's an automatic overtake, because it's not, but normally you see that happening. I wonder if the DTMs are just really struggling on the interior part of turn 3 and just unable to get the power down when they want to, because the outside car has multiple times now just been like, see ya.
Yeah, you mean like understeering into the car on the outside, or the outside car that's understeering way too much into the outside of the corner?
I don't think it's really necessarily an understeer oversteer question. I think it's just maybe the inside car not feeling the ability to get the power down, not feeling like the car is settled enough to just hit the gas and go. Whereas the outside car seems to have that comfortable level a lot earlier.
I wonder if that's what happened with Max Verstappen back in 2019 when he ended up pushing Charles Leclerc off at that corner exactly to take the win in the Austrian GP here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely possible. That was in generally a very, very tense battle between those two. So there's any number of theories that could come into play.
These two have been some really big rivals ever since 2019. Like 2019 was like a great year, a great season of rivalry between Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen. That was the Austria event, yeah, which happened, and Charles Leclerc wasn't very happy about it. And once he saw that like the FIA didn't punish him, I think he thought that he could do that as well against Max Verstappen. So on the next race, which was the British GP, the two of them were having a massive battle over entire laps, and the public was just eating it all up. They were loving it. I watched that. I watched that battle live too. I loved it so much. These two are such amazing drivers.
Does remind me a little bit of like early 90s. Like if you go back to like 1992, you get like Mansell versus Senna type stuff. That's what I thought we had the ingredients of with Leclerc versus Verstappen. But unfortunately, Leclerc's just not had the car for really kind of since then. I mean, obviously, really strong at the beginning of 2022, but has not consistently had the cars. We're going 3 wide.
Yeah, we're going 3 wide over here.
I think RWB costs in the Audi being lapped.
That's a back marker. It's still great to see 3 wide here, but Martin Edmonds has the advantage over here on Antonio Costa. He's gonna take 3rd place over here.
He's got it.
There we go. Martin Edmonds in 3rd place.
And he's got the DRS for the run down here to the next corner, so...
But with less than 13 minutes to go, does Edmonds have any tires left?
That's a good point. Martin Edmonds is known for making the tires squeal with absolute, abandon. As they're going to...
Yeah, I almost can't exactly tell if a driver's tires are nearly shot. Like I see like Edmonds like wobbling a bit, but that's because of netcode, I believe. But I'm not exactly very good yet at telling if a driver's tires are shot.
Oh, don't worry about it. The ESR community will tell you. Martin's tires by the end of the race are super.
Over under 3.5 laps left before Martin spins it, puts it in the wall.
I mean, he usually doesn't spin it, but if you look at Martin's history as a racer, towards the end of the races, he starts to fade as his tires are worn. And if you're on voice comms with him, he'll be complaining about those tires the entire time.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that first corner of the Red Bull Ring, by the way, it's now known as the Niki Lauda corner.
No, we missed Nigel Wood overtaking Max Simmons.
Oh!
How dare you?
Wood is back ahead.
Yeah, there we go. And now Steve Davidson is... hang on, Steve Davidson? Where's Matthew Kashchuk?
Get him, Steve Dave.
Let's see.
Oh, no, he's behind Jerome.
Yeah, Kashchuk must have made a mistake. He's behind Greshel and Jerome.
Oh, damn.
Also, perhaps Greshel and him got into it because Greshel's dropped way back off this battle too. So I don't want to cast dispersions, but there is a possibility that maybe they had a little bit of a door bang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. Steve Davidson here keeping up with Max Simmons. He's going to look at the inside of Niki Lauda turn. That's turn 1. But he abandons it. He's going to have to look for another way up. Oh, but he looks like he's probably made a mistake when coming back up the line. And now Max Simmons has pulled away.
Mm-hmm. But if Wood and Simmons go side by side, and they are, that will possibly open the door back up for Davidson to close back on the back.
Hey, Max Simmons going to overtake on the outside. He's doing exactly what Nigel Wood did earlier.
Indeed, he's pulling it on the other side, and he's got DRS the next corner. Max Simmons has got it.
This is an incredible battle between these two great drivers. Literally thinking a quote from the movie Rush.
I would like to congratulate Max Simmons on his tremendous performance based on the fact that he will turn 13 next week.
Oh,
Yep, there's the answer. I was trying to figure out what was up with Radek Shula, and we have our answer. His home planet has called him, and he needs to return.
That glitch is pretty common. I've seen it before.
Indeed.
Multiple times.
It's more fun when
it's better when it actually seems like you're in the atmosphere and the car is rotating and rotating. You could actually see the track pop up every so often when the car points towards it. That's the best part.
I believe there's options in the director thing that you can change the camera. I believe.
If you have a particular one, please let me know.
Yeah, basically something like hang on, let's see if Nigel Wood makes a move over here. He's going up on the inside of Max Simmons.
Let's see what he sees. Yep, he sees Simmons in his rear view, and he's back in front.
Yep, he's back in front.
Yeah, lap car there of either Delgado or Valoria.
So many people using similar liveries. If only we could like find a way of RaceRoom. If only we could find a way to like make the drivers have their own custom numbers, so that we could know. Because if I remember, drivers having their own numbers would be much better to identify them than just having like similar liveries. Because similar liveries normally means that
it would give us an edge, of course. I mean, the problem, of course, is we have a 33 car grid here. 34 cars actually started with this, and we don't have 34 lifters, so it would literally be impossible for us. But anyways, down the inside comes Steve Davidson.
On turn 9, Davidson has overtaken Max Simmons.
He's got it. Max falling back.
Yeah, and Steve Davidson has the DRS for the next lap, for the next straight, I mean. So he's still going to have a battle with Nigel Wood, probably.
Martin is still not giving up on that podium. Still wants it from Antonio Costa.
Yeah, Antonio Costa must have overtaken him back, since we saw Martin Edmonds overtake him.
Mm-hmm. That's his changed hands a couple of times.
On the note of liveries, no one's using Gulf Oil, therefore no one will be awarded points.
There isn't a Gulf Oil livery in DTM.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses.
That's Max Simmons on the inside, trying to get back to Steve Davidson. Yeah.
He's got it.
Yep, he's back up. This battle is still going to rage on. We got 7 minutes to go.
There's a heck of a battle actually forming up in behind them there with Josiah Jerome at the front of it with Dirk Greschel. As well as Magic Kashchuk.
Actually, Kashchuk is really far from them. He's 9 seconds and 30.
Yeah, there must be some blue flag traffic creating the illusion of that train. I think it is actually just Greschel and Josiah battling now for 14th place.
Yeah, that must be it. But we do have this battle over here around Steve Davidson, Max Simmons, and Nigel Wood. Martin Edmonds still fighting with Antonio Costa. It looks like he's side by side. But Antonio Costa is doing everything he can to defend his position. Also,
a battle that if we get a quiet moment here, we'll probably check on John Barker and Jake Wilson are battling pretty hard over. It's a minor position, 19th place, but hey.
I was going to say, quiet moment. You have come to the wrong commentary team, sir.
Well, I like being loud. You do know that I'm the sort of hype man.
Oh, I meant more the racing action. But Max Simmons and Nigel Wood are determined not to get the camera taken off. It seems because around the outside comes Simmons again.
Yeah, but Nigel Wood has the advantage. That's a little points over there.
DRS though.
Yeah, Max Simmons still has the advantage. He has the DRS. Oh, he's gonna be able to overtake Nigel Wood.
Nice save on the oversteer. Saved by the DRS as well, and what he needs to do, although the problem is there's not really a great place to utilize the DRS again on this lap until we get to the start-finish straight, he needs to try and pull the gap, otherwise Wood is going to be coming back at him with the DRS.
Yeah, these last moments of the race are getting really tense on this freeway battle, and we're gonna have 5 minutes to go.
RWB Audi and RWB Marco battling over 23rd place. I just saw this gap really closing, so it looked like Audi might have a run here.
I like Audi's livery, by the way, green and yellow.
Indeed, the Mike Rockefeller livery, yeah.
Mike what?
That's the Mike Rockefeller livery from DTM. He won the championship in 2013 in that livery.
Ah, nice. Nice.
I
like the livery because it reminds me of my home country.
It is the one that I tend to use when I do single player mode.
Yeah, I see. That livery reminds me of my home country. Steve Davidson was pretty close to Nigel Wood over there, from what I saw. So we still have this freeway battle going up.
Indeed. Oh, hang on. Jake Wilson has gotten really close to John Barker, 19th place. I said I was going to show this. Let's take a look.
Yeah, they are. The pink BWT racing against
Pink Panther, the BMW Classic.
Yeah, BMW Classic and Pink Panther. If I remember, Porsche also had a pink car, but they called it the Pink Pig. Oh, there we go. Jake Wilson is up on the, I think that's the outside of turn 2 now. Yep, he's up to 19th place.
It'll be the inside of turn 3, though. Yeah, he's got that easily. Moving on, as long as he doesn't mess up here. And he's got the DRS.
Yeah, that's good. Jake Wilson, 19th place.
Pop back in on our favorite battle for 11th place. Steve Davidson, Nigel Wood, Max Simmons. Although Josiah Jerome is really catching up. The gap is down.
Yeah, he's closing. He's closing. That's good to see. He's closing. That's good to see.
It's what happens when the cars ahead of you are constantly battling at turn 3. It is going to give you a chance to make up ground. And in the background there, maybe some back markers having a tussle. I don't know. No, I think that's Greschel just lapping Valoria.
Valoria. Oh, a little wobble there. Little wobble.
Big wobble. Big wobble from Valoria in the background.
Yeah. Steve Davidson right close to Nigel Wood. He's trying to look on the inside over there.
Can he get it done here? That's not enough overlap. No, and
Jerome's gonna overtake him. Jerome is up. Josiah Jerome has overtaken Steve Davidson for 13th place.
The tropical storm is moving through.
That is incredible. The freeway has turned into a 4-way.
It's been a while since I saw Josiah do something like that. It is good to see.
And we've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
I mean, you gotta understand, Josiah is still adapting to this whole concept of frames per second, which, you know, for a long time in his racing career, he didn't have those.
Frames per second, like 30 FPS, 60 FPS or something like that?
Sir, no. Josiah used to race at about 10.
He had a laptop and a game controller that was everything was duct taped to a table.
His
and
laptop
the screen would fall off.
He raced in a series we had in ESR called the ESR Academy, which was like specifically like new and lesser skilled drivers, and his laptop literally fell apart during races.
More than
Jesus
once.
Christ. And we got Nigel Wood here looking on the inside of turn 1, trying to overtake Max Simmons.
Josiah's coming.
Yeah, Jerome's coming up.
Here we go.
He's on the inside of turn 2. He's going to the inside of turn 2.
It's going to be the outside of turn 3. Can he get it done?
Oh,
can
yeah,
he get both of them?
Is he going to take
Oh, yeah, he can.
Oh, no, he's going off.
Oh,
he's gone off. Wide.
We'll rejoin, I think, ahead of Steve Davidson at least. So,
Dang it, Josephus.
just lost gap, but almost got 2 for 1. Nigel Wood down the inside.
That was so close for Josiah Jerome. He was doing an incredible race here. Now Nigel Wood's gonna look on the inside of Max Simmons on turn 5. Going on turn 6, Max Simmons has the advantage here.
Yeah, Simmons got that inside line. That's important here because it's a double left-hander. Look,
Yeah, but Nigel Wood has managed to overtake him. Yeah, he still got it on the outside. We've got less than 1 minute to go.
Nigel Wood with like easily 2 of the 3, or like 2 or 3 of the 5 best overtakes in this race.
This is probably going to be the final lap of the race. Vierhoff is already way too far, but what matters to us is this incredible battle here.
Also, some traffic has created some confusion for that final podium spot between Costa and Edmonds.
Yeah, Costa has dropped down. Edmonds has moved up to 3rd place.
They caught up to that battle between John Barker and Jake Wilson, and I think it kind of messed things up because Costa is very close.
Yeah,
I think Edmonds got past him actually though because he's got the DRS, so I think Edmonds should be okay. Find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out close enough. We're on the final lap of the race now. Final lap. Max Simmons and Nigel Wood still having a massive battle for 11th. Edmonds and Antonio Costa. Max Simmons on the outside of turn 4.
This is a 5-way, by the way. Dirk Greschel's back up onto the back of them again in the black BMW.
We're gonna have so much action going up.
Simmons in 11th. He's got the lead for now. He's got the DRS advantage. Can he hang on? Wood,
I don't even know where Vierhoff is.
I mean, we can look, but I don't want to take it. Oh, Edmonds lost 3rd place.
Edmonds has lost third place. No, he's not. No, he didn't lose 3rd place. He got it back.
He got it back.
Yeah. Looks like this is still gonna be. Looks like this is still gonna be the final lap. Where's Vierhoff? We gotta see him. Oh, there he is. He's already crossed the line.
He is your winner.
Already crossed the line. So we're still gonna have a bit more battle over here. Martin Edmonds and Antonio Costa
Oh,
still
baby.
about for the podium. Antonio Costa going up on the inside.
Nope.
That's still good. Martin Edmonds defends it. He closes the door. They're gonna go on the last corner. Antonio Costa right up behind him. It's gonna be side by side, not all the way to the finish line. Martin Edmonds is gonna finish in third place.
Not good enough.
Josiah Jerome has overtaken Nigel Wood for 12th place.
Jerome is doing everything he can to finish up at a high position.
The tropical torpedo coming, baby.
We lost Greshel, so Greshel must have made a mistake. He's no longer with these guys, about 6 seconds back. But it's still a 4-way fight for 11th place, although I think Simmons has got it. I think he's got the cushion now to take this one home, assuming he doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah, be careful with that. We've got a thing called commentator's curse, you know.
Well, I'm good at that.
We're still following up this battle over here. Max Simmons trying to defend his 11th position from Josiah Jerome, who's quickly approaching him. Final corner. Davidson. Final stretch over here.
Here we go.
Max
Simmons
is gonna be able to defend it. Max Simmons finishes in 11th place. Jerome in 12th. Nigel Wood in 13th. Steve Davidson in 14th. That was an incredible last moments of the race for everyone involved. Tobias Furov having dominated again here in Red Bull Ring after a pit stop. Martin Edmonds and Antonio Costa having an incredible battle up until the end of the race for third place. Martin Edmonds coming out on top, and then for 11th place, a big 5-way incredible combat between all of these incredible drivers, with Max Simmons coming out on top in 11th place. I know they say the first place is the only one that is a race, but when you have battles like this, the one that finishes out on top is also a winner.
Lost 4 cars by the end of it. Radek Shula, James Butler, Marco Badowski, Ricardo Costa. We saw what happened with Shula. It looked like a internet connection problem. I'm not sure about Butler, Badowski, or Costa.
That was an incredible race here. Thank you so much, you two, for having joined me. Thank you so much for you two for having joined me up on this transmission. It's incredible, and I hope to have you two a lot more for the next races of the DTM Meisterschaft. Thank you everyone for joining. This is RWB International.
Peace.